Welcome, Oscar. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you, and how did you get into cybersecurity?
Yeah, all right. My name is Oscar Hjelm, and I work as an ethical hacker here at Orange Defense out of our office in Malmö. So I mainly work with various types of security assessments or penetration tests, trying to break into IT systems or trying to make them do things they shouldn't do. And how I got into IT security, it's not a long story. I've always liked tinkering with things, understanding how they work, what makes them tick. That kind of unified with my interest for technology, kind of brought me into security and trying to make things do things they shouldn't do. And after I started studying software engineering with a specialization in IT security, that's when I really knew that this was what I wanted to work with.
Great. And how long have you been with us here at Orange Cyber Defense?
1.5 years so far, and it's really been a blast.
Wow. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
That's true.
So you're an ethical hacker. What insight can you give us about our attack simulation today? We have some cyber defenders who have been challenged with a scenario where a customer server has been taken over by cyber criminals. What would you say could be a likely way that the criminals gained access to the server?
That's a really hard question. That always involves a bit of forensics and trying to understand what actually happened. But from my experience, as a pen tester, trying to get access to servers and showing how that is being done, I would say that oversimplified, there's two ways. You have the human factor, people in the organization, or you have technology and various vulnerabilities in those. So when it comes to humans, people click links, people download attachments, people run software. There's always an inherent risk that you are going to install malware or run code that is not being trusted, right? The other one, which is more technical, so if it's a internet exposed server, there might be a vulnerability, there might be a service that you can exploit. Maybe you haven't patched it, or someone has detected a 0-day, or just some configuration that is not up to par there. So those are kind of the two main ways I would say attackers gain access to systems.
Very insightful. Well, we'll have to see how that plays out here throughout the webinar.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
So tell us, what exactly is an ethical hacker? What do you do, and how do you support our customers?
Yeah, of course. So the most common type of product that we get is security testing, penetration testing. And for those projects, the main goal is trying to find weaknesses, issues, and vulnerabilities that can be leveraged or exploited by an attacker. And this is in everything from web applications to mobile applications, IoT, embedded systems, automotive, kind of any IT system can be the target for a penetration test. Both technical vulnerabilities such as database injections, cross-site scriptings, but also logical vulnerabilities such as business logic. You should not be able to give yourself a discount or set the price to 0 if you're looking at a store, for example. So we make this clear. We try and do testing, and we make it visible and clear to the customer that these are the vulnerabilities, these are the impacts, they can be used against your organization in these specific ways. And it's no longer hypothetical, whether or not something is an issue. We're showing it crystal clear to the customer how it can impact them and what it actually means. So and that can be valuable in multiple ways. Maybe they're buying a new system, they want to know that it's secure, and we can tell them, yes, customer, this is okay, you can go ahead with this. Or they're developing something themselves and want to make sure that the security is at a high level. We can take this one step further and move into what we call red teaming. So instead of doing one test, we take a look at the entire organization. We take the role of an attacker, and we go into that with realistic expectations. So we show the customer what can be done in real life against these systems. And most often we collaborate with the existing blue team or SOC at the customer site to help them stop or prevent similar realistic attacks. And we can show them this was the attack we did, you can detect it in this way, and then they can improve the security proactively from there.
Okay, and do you do this by yourself? Say a customer gives us a call, do you dive in by yourself or do you work in a team?
Most of the time we work in teams. That depends kind of on the project. So in Sweden we are 10 people working with Ethical Hacker, and we're kind of united by doing security assessments, having a clear hacker mindset, but we all have different backgrounds and expertise. So, I might focus on application security. I have colleagues who are really into embedded systems or infrastructure tests. So we kind of complement each other there, and that also allows us to collaborate on projects, not because it's fun to be multiple people in a project, but also to give a better delivery to the customer, because everyone brings something different to the table. Someone who has a background in development might be able to better understand what pains are the customer facing when it comes to development, how can we help them develop more secure software, and so on. But that kind of covers Sweden. But internationally, as a part of Orange Cyber Defense, we are presently in 9 countries, and I think we have more than 150 ethical hackers. And those are ethical hackers doing pen tests. Those are not project managers, reporting personnel. Those are 150 hackers. I think that's a huge advantage. It's really fun because whatever challenge or system we're trying to look at or attack, there's always someone in the company who has looked at that before and is better than what I am at those systems. So kind of being able to pick someone's brain and share ideas about those systems I think it's really fun, and especially collaborating internationally, that's really good as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some aspects in there that I recognize myself from the marketing team working here at Orange Cyber Defense as well. So we're kind of running out of time, unfortunately, but is there anything else that you'd like to add about ethical hacking?
I think we covered most of it. Can just end with a common misconception about ethical hacking. Pen testing, it's not about pointing fingers and kind of just finding flaws. It's not about shifting blame, because everyone makes mistakes, and software engineering is nothing different. So when we're building complex systems, things are bound to go wrong somewhere along the line, right? And we're all human. So ethical hacking and penetration testing, it's about finding ways to improve the security of a system to make it more resilient. It's never about, again, pointing fingers or putting blame on someone. So I think that's really important to understand, that we're here to help the customer and make them more secure.
That's a really, really great way to look at it. Well, thank you so much, Oscar, for your time today and for telling us more about ethical hacking.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Cheers.